Morning, everybody. It's November 26th. It's the last weekend for the Indiana rifle season, gun season, whatever you want to call it. So I'm heading out to where I went in the last video. I hunted Thanksgiving Day morning and saw absolutely nothing. So besides a bunch of squirrels. So I'm going back to that same spot. On my way out, I found some more intel. I should have been hunting there more during the rut, but I found some rubs, two different scrapes. One was humongous. It looked like a bed, but it looked like a scrape too, so I'm not sure about that one. I'm pretty sure it was just a big scrape, but I did find another scrape. Had a nice rub in front of it, a little bitty tree, and it wasn't cleaned out, but with the second rut coming along, hopefully I put some Van Meter doe and heat in it, so hopefully that'll draw them back in there, and they'll be coming around checking scrapes again and maybe trying to find those last hot does. I'm gonna let my truck warm up just a tad and get heading that way, so I'll see you guys when I get set up in my saddle. As I sat there up until now, I hadn't seen anything other than some squirrels, but I turned around and I had heard something, so I turned around and I see these four does working their way across the field, and they come down, they work their way into the creek and getting them a drink there, as you can see, but they were just meandering around, grazing out in the field, and then coming here to get them a drink and stuff, and they end up working their way out to my left and work up the hill and then get out into the field. So once they move through, then I have I believe it's 8 does come out in the field behind them. They do the same thing as the previous does do, but they work down into the creek after being out in the field grazing around and get them a drink, and they actually end up working their way towards me. I believe they probably make it up to about 15 to 20 yards until they go out to the right of me. Then they make their way up the hill. As I'm sitting here watching all these does work off to the right with my camera, I'm looking off to my left in the field back behind where they come from, and I notice another body out there. So I'm looking. I really can't tell what it is. I just assume it's another doe, so I end up grabbing my gun and seeing if I could get a better look, because I hadn't got my binoculars out that morning. They were down on the bottom of my bag. I didn't want to make a whole bunch of noise. So you'll see here in the video in just a second, I get my gun, I pull it across. I'm trying to zoom in on it with my scope to see if it's a buck or not, see where it's going, see where it's working, see if it's going to come my way or not like those does did. So I just chalk it up as just another doe.
working out in the field, and then it works away and goes up into the tree line.
It's about 9:15 now. I just had 11 does come through. I had 3 come in together, and then 8 come in all together. But they all come in here behind me from the opposite woods. But they come through, they piddled around in the creek a little bit, and got them something to drink, and then they started up this way. 3 went one way and 8 went the other. I was hoping they would bring a buck with them, but no such luck. So, as I was saying, in my head, it's 11 does and no bros. So, I'm going to stay here for a little while longer and see if maybe a buck comes through, picks up on their scent, and comes my way so I can try to get a shot. So, just stick with me, guys. Made it back to the truck, guys. I'm heading home. Saw the 11 does. I took a little video of that scrape and the rub that I had found. I kind of wish I'd been hunting this property a little sooner in the season, but there's all kinds of sign, all kinds of rubs, scrapes, beds, everything. I'm gonna get back to the house and get warmed up, so I'll be back with you this afternoon.
Alright guys, once I got back home, I had a suspicion about this deer. I could have swore I thought it was a buck when it was out there, so I zoomed in on the footage really good, and there you go. He's a nice 8-pointer. He's not huge, but had he provided a shot, you know, I'm probably going to take that shot at that deer. I'd say he might be 3 years old. He's not real old, but from the footage, when I was taking it at the time, I just couldn't see antlers. You know, the screen on my little camera is so small. I didn't have my binoculars out yet. I pulled my gun up, like I said earlier, and I zoomed in on him. By the time I got in on him, he was already at the back tree line. So that's what helps recording in 4K is you're able to crop in on these videos and you don't lose a lot of quality. So, you know, I had this buck there. He just decided to work the other way. I can't shoot on that property. Had he got to the creek, I could have shot at him. So he lives to see another day. Just glad nobody's got him yet. I did go hunt that afternoon. All I ended up seeing was these 2 does. They walked out on the path that I come in, and they piddled around out there in the open a little bit. They just ended up, they kind of worked out towards the opening there, kind of the top right of the screen. They didn't make it down to me. You know, I hung out until dark. Didn't end up seeing anything else. I didn't go hunting Sunday. The weather was too bad, and I had another family Thanksgiving to go to. This next weekend, I'm hoping this second rut will fire up a little bit. These bucks will come back and check these scrapes that I've put this Van Meter Stone heat in. Hopefully I can get lucky enough to get a nice buck on film and get the shot. Until next time, guys, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like all our social media. We have TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. I like to keep putting out footage for you guys to follow, so stay with us.